welcome back to my channel, Jamie Fran Colors. I'm Jamie, and today we're going to do our third Halloween picture, which is this beautiful witch. I got her off of the Etsy shop called Jana Fairy Art. I think it's all one word. I'll have the link down in the description box below so that you can find it. I just thought this was a really pretty picture, something kind of simple that we could do in one video and I wouldn't have to split it up. So that is what we are going to do today. I know that as soon as I start this video, my son will be home on the bus, but I've been waiting for him for like 10-20 minutes. So I decided I'd go ahead and just get started, and maybe that would like make the bus show up. So for the background today, I thought we could use some pan pastels to do the background real quick, and then we would do her with a Prismacolors. Anything that I use will be right here somewhere so that you know what I'm using when I'm using it, and then everything is down in the description box as well so that you can color along with me if you would like. Yeah, I'm just going to use pan pastels for the background, so let's do that while we're zoomed out. Get ready here. I know as soon as I open these, he's going to be home. Okay. So I thought for the background we could do some purples and dark blues, grays, and then we could do oranges and things for her. For the pumpkin and the leaves and things. So I think I'd probably do her hat black, so I didn't want to do the background black. Okay, I don't know how many of these I'm going to use. A little yellow for the moon. Alright, so I just have this soft S-O-F-F-T tool. These are removable, but they have lots of different tools that you can get. I'll have it linked down below. You can also find it. You can also use makeup applicators, though I find that they don't work quite as well as the tools that they make for their pan pastels. This is clean, it's just stained. So I'm just wiping it off on a paper towel just to make sure. Okay, so I'm just going to start by putting some of these colors just down here randomly, and then we'll kind of blend them together. I'm going to start with Violet Shade. So I'm just going to make a nice little rub on my pastel, and then right on my paper. What I like the most about pan pastels for the background is that I can erase anything that gets on the hat, on the hair. I can erase it. So let's see, I think that's part of her hair, so we're going to stay on this side of it. Going to kind of do this randomly. I don't have much of a plan here, but sometimes that is fun. Just start throwing the color on the paper. Okay, maybe some down here as well. Okay. And let's grab some of the lighter purple. This is just violet. Just going to touch it in there. And then kind of go on the edge of here. This applicator might be about shot. he is. They were supposed to get out early today, so it's not a normal time. Maybe they had more kids to take home or something. If he doesn't show up soon, I'm going to be calling transportation. Okay. It's probably one of the most nerve-wracking things, having him, because he's autistic and he doesn't talk all that well. I mean, he's getting better and better, but it's hard for me. I start stressing when he's not home right when I want him to be. So. Okay, let's put in some other colors. This is Phthalo blue shade. It's a very dark blue. Just kind of put this in the purple. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of blend the two together. Oh, there he is. Okay, that makes the mom feel better. To know where her autistic 7-year-old is. Feel better about life. Okay, so let's keep putting this phthalo blue shade and kind of blend it into that purple. Maybe we need to put some more purple over here. We'll put some blue. All right. Okay. That's a piece of my tool because my tool is so worn out. Okay. Let's put some more blue on here. Get that. I think we need, let's grab a little more violet shade and put up here. We'll start in this corner. And then a little violet come off of it. And then some dark, or some phthalo blue shade. Let's grab a little violet shade and stick right there. And then some violet. And then some phthalo blue. Okay. Gonna blend that together. All right, then let's grab, this is Paynes Grey. Let's grab some of that. Ooh, that was a lot. All right. I'll kind of put that in the, blend that into the spaces we've left. Kind of blend it together. Yeah. It's just, sometimes it's fun just to play with colors. Heck, it's always fun to play with colors. See what you're gonna get. I enjoy it. Okay, let's get this background finished up. Okay, and then right up here. Just blending anything that I feel like needs a little extra blend. Okay. All right, then I'm going to take an eraser. You can take any eraser you want. You can take just a white eraser or a kneaded eraser. I'm going to use this AF Matte, AF-M-A-T. This is an electric eraser, and it's just quick. So I'm going to use it just to pull up any pastel color that got anywhere I don't want it. Not too worried. Alright. I don't really see anything else I'm too worried about. Because we're going to do those dark. Okay. So this eraser is good for like little areas. I would not want to erase a big area with it. But it's nice for little things. Okay, so now let's make sure our tool is as clean as possible. If you can't get it clean, get a different one because we're going to go into a light color. And I think this one has just about had it. Let me get a new one. Okay, we'll just use this little guy. He's by the same company, the SOFFT Soft. He looks like just a little makeup applicator. I'm gonna tap into this Diarlid Yellow, Diarlid Yellow, and we're just gonna come in and do some moon. Go past the line a little bit and just make it look cool. Okay, alrighty. I think we're done putting down pastels. Before I spray it though, I want to come in and erase a little bit. Just some, I don't know, like lights behind her. And just be kind of fun, kind of gives it a cool look. Let me see. Maybe. There it is. Okay. I picked this stencil up in the drafting department of Michael's, and it has a ton of different sizes of dots, circles, and so I like to just randomly pick some different size circles and erase behind her. And I think to do that today, I'm going to use the Tombow Mono Eraser. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to pick, like have some of the dots overlap her, and then just erase everything in the dot. And because I'm using this eraser, it's not going to take it back to white. It's just going to make it lighter. Okay. See that, how it kind of just lightened it up? And then I would just take like a smaller dot and place out here. Just kind of go. Okay. And then maybe one down here. Let's go a little smaller. Right there. Just go around the circle. So I'm trying to get the eraser bits off the paper. So it just kind of gives it that bokeh, is that what it's called, kind of look, without too much effort. And you can do as many or as few of these as you want. Overlap them. so I just concentrated them around kind of her face. I didn't want them all over, just wanted them there by her face. So we just did a few, and then I went ahead and sprayed it outside with Grumbacher fixative, and they have a workable fixative and a final fixative, and you can use either one. The final fixative is going to fix it to where you cannot erase it. It's not going to erase. If you use the workable fixative, you can still erase it a little bit, but you are apt to pick up a little bit of that color on your hand as you color, and you might transfer it somewhere else, but it is erasable. So you decide which one you want. I have both. Because I put these dark colors on it, I went ahead and used the final fixative so that I don't get it on my hand and onto something else. But either one works great. Yeah, so those are the differences. Let's see, what should we start with? Should we start with her face and get that colored? All right, let's start with light peach and put down a nice layer. I'm not using any pressure. I'm just lightly coloring it all over her skin. And I did get a little purple pastel right there. I didn't notice it till after I had sprayed. So it is not coming off, but I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm just gonna work around it. It's not that big a deal. Okay. Then I'm gonna take Nectar. And I'm gonna put this, kind of start our shadows. I want to make sure I leave just peach, that light peach, in where we want the highest highlights. But I'm gonna kind of put this everywhere else. And so back here on her neck is going to be darker. Alright. So where do I want the highest highlights? Probably right under this eye, maybe on the very bridge of her nose. Got her. And come down her jawline and behind her shoulder. Put it up under her lip. And then this side of her face is turned away from us, and so it's going to be darker than this side of her face. So I want to make sure I get that. We'll leave a little bit of a highlight on her cheek over on this side. Right there. But everything else we're going to make darker. Okay. And then under the brim of her hat. I'm not using any pressure. These pencils do everything for me. They lay the color down without me having to try. Okay, then we want right under her nose. We're going to leave a highlight there and at the top of her nose. But we kind of want a little dark here. Her eye. Right under her eye. Okay, and then we can leave a highlight here. Okay, then I'm going to go into the crease of her eye as well. But I'm going to leave a little highlight right under her eyebrow. Which isn't much because there's not a lot of space there. Her face is very small for what we've done before. Okay. And on her arm, we want underneath this, her sleeve. Arm's coming out of her sleeve. We want the bottom side of her arm to be darker. We'll leave a little bit of a highlight on the top side of her arm. We have a bend in her wrist there. It's going to be a little shaded. And then her hand. Okay. Leave a little highlight there on top of her thumb and then here in the middle of her palm. Okay, now let's take burnt ochre, and we want to keep this further into the shadow. We don't want to pull it out as far as we did the nectar. Right under her chin, on her neck. Okay. And then under her hat. Make sure we get under there. Again, I'm not applying pressure and I'm just going in like circular motion so it blends well together. Let's go down her jaw and behind that shoulder. Let's go on the side of her face. Let's get behind that nose, right under her eye, down the side of her face there that's in the shadow. Her lip. We want right under her nose. It's going to be a little darker. Okay, then we want to go kind of in the crease of that eye and kind of pull it down into that nose, but don't cover up all of that nectar. Okay, and then let's get under her eye. Okay, looks pretty good. Maybe right up under her lip. And then same thing with her arm, you just want it in that shadows with her sleeve. And we just don't want to cover up all of the nectar, so along the bottom. This paper has a little bit of a tooth to it. I used the Nina Vellum Bristol, like 67 pound, to print this off on, and it does have just a little bit of a texture, but we'll get rid of that later when we really blend all the colors together. Okay. Then let's take Mahogany Red, and we want to keep this even closer into the shadow. We do not want this too far out. We don't want to cover up all of that burnt ochre we just put down. Shadows. Again, no pressure, circular motions. We'll start adding a little bit of pressure here in a minute, but not yet. I want this to just lay down. We'll do our lips in a minute. And then we want to come down this dark side of her nose. Under the brim of her hat. Okay, I'm going to get right in her nose there. Okay, then we have Espresso to darken up anything that we want even darker, but I don't have a ton that I want darker. Maybe right on this corner. Maybe right under her shoulder, on her face with her shoulder. And the crook of her neck here. Okay, put a little behind her hair. These are the deep dark shadows, so I don't want this to come out very far. Just add where we need it. Okay, on her arm here, we'll put it right up. Sleeve. Casting a shadow. Okay. All right. Then we want to go back to the Nectar. We're going to blend that out a little bit, so we're going to put over the top of all the colors darker. Go right back over all the Nectar we put down, leaving the peach highlights. Okay, then we're going to go back to light peach and we're going to blend it out. This time I'm using more pressure than I did the first time, so we're using kind of medium pressure. I'll blend that out. Okay. Okay, there we go. That pastel, it did not get completely covered up. We still have a bit of it there. If anybody asks me about it, I'm just gonna be like, shh, hey guys. That's her birthmark. She's a little bit self-conscious about it. We don't want to talk about it, okay? That's just a part of her. Makes her beautiful. All right, okay. Let's do her lips real quick. So let's put some light peach down on them. I'm really light here, and I'm going to use some of the same colors I used for her skin. I'm going to start with that Mahogany red. I think it will be beautiful on her lips. So I'm going to go in the corners of her mouth and down around the bottom there. Okay, oh, that's pretty. Okay, and then let's put a little, let's get Nectar and blend that, put that in a little bit, pull them to the center of her lips. Pretty, and then we'll just use a little light peach to blend anything out. Alright, if you want it any darker, you can go back in with the Mahogany and darken it up. Okay, while we're here, let's put a little color into her eyes. I'm going to grab, first I'm going to grab Cloud Blue, and I'm going to actually put that into the whites of her eyes so that they're not so dark. Okay, just a little bit, a little touch there. And then a color of her eyes, I think we're going to do brownish hair. Let's do a let's do a green eye. Let's grab, I'm doing kind of dark. Okay, let's grab moss green. Her eyes are very small. So let's grab moss green. And then let's grab some marine green to put in a little shadow at the top of her eye there. And then back to that moss green. Alright, beautiful. And then if you have a fine liner or a micron pen or something, you can put her eyelashes back in, because we kind of covered them up with the pastel. We made them pretty light. So you can just go in and add them back in. Add more if you want more. You like a thicker lash. Lash there too. She's got maybe some eyeliner on there. And then make her lashes look a little thicker. And her eyebrow, we can put that in with this as well. Okay. So that is how she is looking so far. Alright, so let's see here. Let's base coat these leaves in yellowed orange. Okay, now let's grab Mahogany Red and let's put some dark shading onto some of these leaves. We can make some of them redder and darker than others, and some of them we can make brighter. Okay, then let's grab orange. Let's put that in there just lightly. Let's put some on this one as well. Okay, and then this fella up here. Okay, then let's take that yellow orange again and blend them together. I'm not going to pull this all the way to the edge of this one. We'll get a yellow or something and do the edges of that one. Okay, then let's grab, grab Canary Yellow to pull to the edge of these lighter ones. There we go. Okay, so there's some leaves. Alright, then let's do this pumpkin. We want to do this pumpkin with the same colors. We might throw in one or two more. Okay, so let's take the yellowed orange and we will base coat it. We're going to get these parts because they are a fleshy part of the pumpkin. And then we'll do the inside. We'll probably do it, you can either do it like there's a candle inside and do it lighter than the pumpkin, or you can do it like it's empty and do it black on the inside. So whatever your artistic preference is, I'll probably do mine dark on the inside, like it's just it doesn't have a light in it. But we'll see. Okay, so that was the yellowed orange. Then let's grab a little of the mahogany red and let's put it for the darkest shadows. Then let's grab pumpkin orange, which is a new orange for us. And let's put it right over that mahogany red and kind of blend it out a little bit. Some in these markings as well. Alright. Okay. Then let's grab orange. Well, let's not grab orange. Let's go back to the yellowed orange. Let's go back to the yellowed orange and blend that out. Then let's grab sunburst orange and blend out those few spots that we left. Alright, then let's take the espresso and bring it up on the stem a little bit. A few spots, and then we'll take the moss green and put it in some spots. Let's take the sunburst yellow. Okay, then that moss green again. Just dull that down a little bit. There we go. All right, then let's take our pen that we used on the eyelashes. I'm using a micron. I'm just gonna fill in I'm using this because it's what is on my desk and I don't have to go search for anything else. You could use a pen, you could use a pencil, you could use a paint pen, or just paint in a brush. Just something to really make those black is what I'm looking for. Get this branch that's on her hat while we can. I'm going to use burnt ochre to lay down some color. Okay, then let's grab the espresso. Okay, and then back to that burnt ochre. Okay, this is our branch. Okay, it's the next day for me, but I have one nail done. Look at that, that's exciting, huh? Having a rough time with my nails. I went ahead and colored in this cold shoulder. I noticed that on the artist's coloring of this picture, the illustrator's color in this picture, she had a cold shoulder sleeve. So I went ahead and put that in using the same colors that we used before. And before we go in and color the hair and stuff, I'm noticing that we could put a little Pastel in a few areas that are the background showing through. So I'm just going to grab probably violet, I think. Alright, I just pulled out violet shade and we're just going to add a little bit of color in a few spots. So right here, and then right down here between her sleeve and her dress or whatever. And then right here in her hair. Okay, I think that is good. I'm going to take this kneaded eraser I'm just going to stick it on there and pull it up, and that'll just help cut it back a little bit and blend it in a little bit since we have our fixative on there, and so they're not going to blend with the other pigments. I'll just do that. Okay, that will help. Alright, so let's go ahead and lay down a layer of denim. Denim blue. Okay, then we're going to take our black and put in the shadows. No pressure, just we'll blend it all in, smooth it all out later. Right now we just want to put the color down. We just want that indication of where the dark areas would be. I'm going to leave this band lighter, so I'm not going to put the black in there, but I'm going to come up here, and each of these are little folds in the hat, so I'm going to put dark in each of these folds. Okay, then we're going to take the indigo blue and we're going to go over the top of the black and out a little further. Okay, then I'm going to put the shadows in with the indigo on this band that we left the black off of, and then fill in those folds in the fabric. In between all of the Okay, so I've left a little bit of lightness right by the fold, and then I've left this outer edge lighter, except I am going to put this in here, but then it's going to be lighter. Okay. Now let's go back to the black. Get a few of these spots that really need to be dark. Okay, let's take our denim blue and let's see if we can't blend this together. So I'm going to use a little bit of pressure in those darker areas, and then as I get to the lightest areas, I'm going to lighten my pressure. I think we're going to need a little help blending this with more than just our pencils. So don't worry too much about it, that it doesn't look perfect as we put this layer on. Put a little more indigo in dark areas down here. Okay, now to blend this out, I've blended out this little area right here. We're going to take a paintbrush. This is a Simply Simmons number 4. You can get just craft paintbrushes at Michael's or Joann's or any of your craft stores. And we're going to take a little odorless mineral spirits. The brand I use is Gamsol. And we're going to dip our paintbrush in the Gamsol. We're going to shake it off. And then we're going to tap it off onto a paper towel so that we don't have a ton on our brush. It's not dripping, we don't want too much. Okay, and then we're going to take it and put it in, touch it to the paper, and I'm doing little circular motions with it, just like I did with my pencils, and just blending out. This takes no pressure. This is a great way to blend out your colors if you have arthritis or carpal tunnel or anything that your hands get tired easily. This is a good option. Just blending those colors together. If you feel like it's getting harder to move the pigment around, then just dip it in the Gamsol. Kind of rub your brush on the bottom and then shake it off. Tap it off on a paper towel. Make sure you don't have too much. And then just go in again. Okay. All right, that is a nice looking hat. Okay, on her tights down here, we're gonna do a pattern of purple. Okay, well, let's try that again. So we're gonna do her stockings as a purple, blue, purple, blue. I think. So I'm using lilac just to add a base coat for the purple. We'll make that part of her sleeve. Okay. And then let's take black and put it on the outside edge just a little bit. Okay. Then let's go in with the Dioxazine Purple and go right over the top of that black and pull it out a little bit. All right, then let's go one more. Let's do violet. Go over the top. And then, oh my goodness. Okay, so I went to film this the first time and my card was full, and so I had to wait and download all of my card onto my computer so that I had room on my card. And now my battery light is flashing. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna pretend it's not. Okay, so let's take the lilac. And we'll just go over the top, and then we'll blend it with the Gamsol again because that gave a really pretty look to the hat. I'd like to continue it. You can blend it with a colorless blender, you can blend it with a paper stump, you could blend it with a white pencil. So if you don't have Gamsol, that's okay. Okay, we forgot these, so let's do them real quick. All right. We'll grab a little Gamsol again. Make sure I have the blue out of my brush. Here we go. Okay. Tapped it out on a paper towel. Okay, let that dry. Make sure we put our lid back on. All right, so then we want to do the same blue that we did on the hat. There we go. I thought I lost a pencil. Okay, so let's take Denim to fill in Okay, then we'll take black, put it on the edges, round it in. Okay, then we'll get indigo in there. And then back to denim. Okay, then we'll get the Gamsol again. Okay, there she is so far. I think I'd like to stick with that blue for her dress and then choose a lighter brown or blondish color for her hair. So I am thinking, so let's get in and do that, the dress. I think we'll just use those same three colors, black, indigo, and denim, and then we'll do her hair. This almost looks like it might be a cape or something, a hood, cape. So we could do the cape, the blue, and do the dress, the purple, just to break it up a little bit. What do we think? Let's do that. Okay, so black, shadows. Indigo. Okay, then back to that denim. I'm going to use a little bit of a bigger brush this time. Again, you can get just multi-purpose paint brushes at any of your craft stores. You don't have to be fancy for this. let that dry and then we might go back and add a little more color. Okay, let's take lilac. Then let's take some black and get in those shadows. So coming off of the cape, let's get some there. Alright, then let's go to Dioxazine Purple and go over the top of that black and out a little further. Alright, then let's get violet. Do the same thing. On top of that black. Alright, then back to that lilac. Let's go in with some gamsol. Okay, we're gonna base coat this with yellow ochre. All right, let's zoom in and do a piece of this. All right, let's take dark brown and we're going to lick it from the hat. This is our shadow color, so we want right up by the hat. And when I put my pencil down on the paper, I pull it while lifting, and by the time I'm done with the stroke, my pencil is no longer on the paper. Okay, and then let's come down here because this will be a shadow because this piece of hair is going over this piece of hair. We just want to put in any shadow, so from behind her ear and from under the hat. Okay, just bring that shadow in. So this piece of hair is going over this piece of hair. Just a little bit of shadow. Alright, then let's grab our chestnut, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start, we're just going to keep our pencil down on the paper longer, but at the end of the stroke our pencil's off the paper. But we're going out further than we did with the dark brown. Alright, let's put that color in here and there. Okay, then let's go to burnt ochre. Let's do the same thing, we're just going to flick out even further than we did with the chestnut. Okay, and then we're going to go back with that yellow ochre. Seems really bright on my screen. Okay, then you can take your dark brown if there's any spots you feel need to be darker. You can do that. I think right out of this hat should be a little darker. Oh, I'm happy with the colors we picked for her. I love it. Okay, so I will link her Etsy shop in the description box down below. There's a little drop-down box. You can get that information, as well with any supplies that I used. Yeah, I think that's it. So, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel. There's my picture face right there. I think all you have to do is click on it and you can subscribe. I post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.